Outer apply correlates the rows in the left table expression against the derived table or table valued expression in the right input. Like cross apply, the table expression on the right will be processed once for each row in the left input table. However, where cross apply did not return the rows where the right expression had an empty result, outer apply will add rows for the left table where nulls were written on the right. The usage of outer in the outer apply is conceptually similar to a left outer join, in which all the rows in the left table are joined to matching rows in the right table, and nulls are added when there is a no match. For example, the query that you see here is similar to the one that we just saw, but we are using outer apply instead of the cross apply. So the result set will also have the supplier ID 30, which is missing in the result set when we used the cross apply. Let's execute this query and see what the results will look like. Let's change the cross apply to outer apply and click on execute. And as you can see, the supplier ID 30 is in the result set, and the product ID, product name, and unit price are filled with nulls. You can also use the apply operators to join a CTE with a function. Let's first create the function and then join it to a CTE. Let's open a new query and let's say create function, and let's call it products, and let's pass in the product ID as a parameter. Returns a table as return select. Let's expand the products table. Select the product name and the supplier ID from production.products, where product ID equal to the variable product ID. Click on execute and it creates the function. Now let's create a CTE and see how to use cross apply to join the CTE with this function. Let's open a new query and start with the with clause, and let's call the CTE as product sales, which has product ID and the total sales. We'll use the as clause and do a simple select of the product ID and the sum of the unit price from sales.order details table, and then we group it by the product ID. Now let's do a simple select from product sales, and let's call it PS, and let's call PS.product ID and PS.total sales, and let's use the alias of fn for the function, and let's get the product name from the function. We'll use cross apply to the function that we just created and then pass the ps.product ID as a parameter. And let's order by the product ID. And let's define the alias for the function as fn, and let's click on execute. It will display the product ID, total sales, and the product name as they appear in the sales order details table and using the function that we just created. So in this query, we first defined a CTE called product sales, and the CTE returns the total sales for each product as they appear in the sales.order_details table, and then we use the CTE in the main select statement along with that function that we just created, using the cross-apply operator in the from clause to join the CTE to the function, just like we would use the operator to join a table or a view to the function. We have learned about the conditions necessary to interact between input sets and how to write queries that use union and union all to combine input sets, how to write queries that use the except operator to return only rows in one set but not the other, and how to write queries that use the intersect operator to return only rows that are present in both sets, how to use the apply operator to manipulate sets, what cross-apply and outer apply operators are, and what the differences are between them. In the next module, you will learn about window functions, what the benefits are to using them, how to write queries that use window functions to operate on a window of rows and return ranking, aggregate, and offset comparison results.